Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Today's matchup features one of the best passing offenses in the NFL. The Cowboys are top 10 in pass yards, and they're going up against the Vikings, who will need to be ready to cover a lot of space.
All right, we appreciate it, Larry. It's our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Dallas Cowboys. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost. About 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. The second down throw for Bridgewater. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And now it's third down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. On third down, Bridgewater. That's caught by Treadwell. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Throwing is Bridgewater. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Bought him a little extra space. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness. One cut, and he goes. That's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
Again, it's Cook. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Bridgewater. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. Handoff comes to Cook. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Second down, Bridgewater. And it's caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kyle Rudolph, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. The kicker, Roberto Aguayo, has it teed up and is about ready to get this one started. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. They go play action here on first down. And his first pass is incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. On third down, it's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vincent Valentine. And it'll be 4th and long. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Taco Charlton able to drop him for a loss of 4. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. And he'll bang that one through. The kicker, Roberto Aguayo, has it teed up and is about ready to get this one started. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into the...
He rifles one that's intercepted. And he lost the football. That's probably bringing back nightmares of last week, isn't it?
No doubt about it. Right now, I'm looking over at the coaching staff, and I'm seeing the wheels turning in their heads. And you know what is happening? They're remembering how they started the season in camp, even in the offseason where they emphasized ball security, and they're wondering why the message isn't sinking in.
Yeah, 5 turnovers last week, now 1 here in the opening quarter. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. Room here to run. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 40. Often a quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
2nd down, just 1 yard to go. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Is about ready to get this one started. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He finds an opening past the 40. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Bailey now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. The ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Cook stripped. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. But the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to get to the football and make it happen, and that he does.
A very solid gain of 27. And now the offense operates in the red zone. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. They come out here in the I. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Over the middle, complete. It's Hodges. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second. Fresh set of downs here. Bridgewater now from the 50. The throw left side complete to Treadwell. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
On second down, Cook. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They run again on first down. Cook. And a solid run down inside the 30. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there with touchdown number 15 of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. The kicker, Roberto Aguayo, has it teed up and is about ready to get this one started. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Prescott on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's long. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Burton. And he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. Touchdown, Cowboys! These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. And now out comes Minnesota. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. They go play action. Bridgewater. Flush to his right. And he's got room. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jalen Smith in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Bridgewater now on second down. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
To throw, Bridgewater. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 11. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he is going to feel that one. Knocked down hard, right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, Elliott. They'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back. And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. Yeah. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. Prescott from the gun. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he'll take it all the way out near the 30-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This will be caught. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys are an extra point. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Pretty move. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
But that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already, right? In a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Throwing, Bridgewater. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And Aguayo able to knock it through. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. Maybe an anxious moment or two when the ball was on its way, but he does find a way to curl it in.
Oh, yeah. That one definitely hugged the left upright, but he got it to go.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Vincent Valentine in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 32 that time. First down, Prescott drops it underneath to Elliott. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. 6 yards to go here on second down. They'll try to throw now. Prescott being chased out left. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Prescott from the gun on third. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this down to the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on him a little bit, I think. So they're looking.
And, his first carry, he loses the football. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Second down, Prescott. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And Bailey able to knock it through. So thanks to the late... never mind, Larry, forget your halftime report. Apparently, we are set for the third quarter of action already. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Dak finding his tight end Witten, and the Cowboys have a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Prescott looks to throw on first. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So a collective holding of breath here as the starter heads for the sideline. And they will hand things over to their backup quarterback. A first throw for the backup Foles. And the pressure gets to him again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. Fourth down.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. and they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. They run it again with Cook. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
It's a foot race past the 20, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. And he puts it through. The kicker, Roberto Aguayo, has it teed up and is about ready to get this one started. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now Foles. And he rifles one incomplete.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing, timing, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there. Threw it behind him. Foles. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Foles. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Now, they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start on the 5 on the 10. They should be ready to go.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And the D looking like they may blitz. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a third down. They're still in search of the first down after that last completion. Third down, Dalvin Cook. And some room to work. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now a play fake here on first down. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Alex Anzalone in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. On play action, it's Bridgewater. Flushed out right, and he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
On third down, Bridgewater. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Zeke with a shake and bake. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. look to throw again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They start the drive with Cook. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Second down, Bridgewater. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different. Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing. Over the middle here to Rudolph. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target. It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him. They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it. A gain of 3, second down. Not much happening there on first down. Thought there might have been a hole for a split second. Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast. Now it's 2nd and 7. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The Vikings on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. Bridgewater. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front. Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally. They'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion. The Cowboys on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Pulled in at the 24. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And out now come the Vikings. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are...
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys... Hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On 3rd down, it's Cook. They find some open field here. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A give. This is Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Play was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On 3rd down. That's Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Throwing, Bridgewater. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down near the 42. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back. They start on the ground with Elliott. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back right at the 45. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Again, it's Elliott. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They'll look to throw here. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They're going to look to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this belongs to the Vikings. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Benson. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Tie game late, and the offense really has to be conscious of the clock here as it's becoming a factor late in this ball game. Bridgewater now from the 50. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So the offense has it 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. 2nd down following the run. A toss to Cook. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Bridgewater. Steps away to his left. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll run with Cook. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Second and goal from the 2-yard line. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a 1-score game in the 4th. The kicker, Roberto Aguayo, has it teed up and is about ready to get this one started. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. They try to take a shot there on 2nd down, and that leaves them, because of the incompletion, a very tricky 3rd and 10.
And with the time situation, you would expect them to try and get it all in this one play, but there's still enough time that if you can take something shorter, gain some yardage, make it a more manageable 4th down if you need to.
Back to throw. And that's incomplete. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions are giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Halfback sent in motion. Back to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Burton. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. And they get 28 yards on that one. And that leads to a Dallas 1st down. He's back to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps and allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now Foles. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Sharif Floyd in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that will be incomplete with the clock down now to 13 seconds. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings are going to win this football game. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. Down to a knee goes Bridgewater, and that ought to do it. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Vikings, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finished the first half at 3-5. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Dallas, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the Washington Redskins. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everybody.